Everybody deserves a second chance, even video games. Welcome to the Second Opinion Podcast, where the reviews aren't always right, but we are. We're here to give you the gaming takes you didn't know you needed. We've been deep in the gaming world for 17 plus years, covering all the news, releases, and drama in the gaming world, and having a damn good time while doing it. Just because some website gave a game a low score doesn't mean it's a fail in our book. We're all about giving games that second chance, diving back in where others quit. And we should probably tell you that we're real and we're very loud and opinionated, and 90% of the time we're completely off topic. But that's why you'll love us. This is your Second Opinion. Now, here are your hosts, Toaster, Soleb, and Bolts.
Well, as some of you may know, Second Opinion is going through some changes, some updates, some new looks.
Changes time to face the strange changes.
And
Sorry,
as
almost that way.
love it. And some as some of you may know, the world's kind of going through it right now. As Toaster said, you know, it's kind of like that scene from The Never-Ending Story when Atreyu loses his horse.
Artax.
What?
Artax.
Artax. Yeah.
In the Swamp of Sorrows.
In the Swamp of Sorrows. That's pretty much where we're at right now. But that's why we're here to talk about gaming. We're here to talk about positivity. We're here to talk about our love for gaming and
all the happy stories in gaming right now. All of the super happy stories.
the amazing happy stories contain. That's confusing.
Shiny happy stories.
So yeah, we got some really we got some great stuff for you. As I said, we are back, and we're here to talk about video games. And I kind of made a goof video about the Second Opinion podcast that I shared recently, and I thought that I would share it, guys, with you. Share it with you guys.
A trip down memory lane.
To an extent, and I wish I would have done a better job.
Second Opinion. This is where you came from.
Yeah, I need to do that. I need to get some of our old videos and clip them together and stuff like that and play them here and there. But this is my little goofball video to show you how excited we are to really get back into the podcast.
For years, we tried to be the second opinion of gaming, sharing opinions that not everyone agrees with. And for years, we did pure, righteous content creation, straight from the heart. But over time, as we aged, we lost sight of what Second Opinion was for the love of gaming. And we have a chance now to make it great once again. Will you be the second opinion we need? Join us.
I don't know if it was messing up on your end, but
No, it worked.
On my end, it wasn't working the best. So maybe it's just my connection, but it paused like one time, and they were like, "Fine." I'm like, "What the?"
No, I saw like I got in. I saw the black S10 take off and start rolling over zombies.
Awesome. But you know, we've got a big passion for gaming, and this is what the new logo is going to look like. I know there's some audio on here, but you can at least get a better look without our faces in front of it.
For years, we tried to be the second opinion of gaming, sharing opinions that not everyone agrees with.
But I think I'm going to work my little fingers to death and put together a introduction for us that features new and old, and that's kind of where we went with this logo too. I kind of threw it together and was like, Toaster, what do you think? And he was like, I love it. It looks it's a lot. It's kind of a big shout out and call out to our old school logo. But that's what we want to kind of get back to on the show. We want to get back to just having fun, talking about video games, and sharing what we love so much about video games, and that is everything. But we're going to talk about what have you been gaming. So, Toaster, what have you been gaming recently, man?
Diablo 4 and Star Wars Outlaws, actually.
Hey, what is going on with Star Wars Outlaws? I don't know if it's some type of like secret boost for the game or something, but I downloaded it a couple of weeks ago, and I was talking to somebody the other day, and they said they downloaded it and started replaying it, and then Bolts told me he was playing it as well.
It was free. Well,
oh, is it free on Xbox right now?
Yeah. Also, I picked up Ubisoft Plus so that I could get Assassin's Creed Shadows on the Xbox.
Yeah.
And so it was with Ubisoft Plus, it was free to play, but now just it went on to Xbox Game Pass too. So, but yeah, I'm kind of. So far, I'm like hopeful. It seems pretty fun.
Wait, is this your first time playing it?
Mm-hmm.
No way.
Yes,
you didn't play it at launch?
No.
What?
No.
I'm shocked by that, bro.
There's not many games anymore that really grab my attention. Like,
yeah, but
at launch. I mean, Ghost of Yotai because of Tsushima. Like, I knew what to expect with that. But I don't know. At the same time, I was just kind of like, I don't know. Like, nothing about it really was like, dude.
Please tell me you didn't get wrapped up in like the hate hype, right?
I just. Well, this is gonna sound. It's gonna come to Game Pass.
I get that.
It's just a matter of patience. I mean, like, if it's a game that I see that guy, I'm like, that's cool. But it's not a game that I would have gone to a midnight launch for. I'm not dropping $70. $70 is a lot of money. And, if I can get it somewhere down the road for cheaper, or, it comes out on Games Pass.
Yeah.
Then, I'll save that money. But yeah, and then, Diablo 4. I had a friend of mine from my WoW guild help me get some gear, and then I also built a build off of Icy Veins of a paladin.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah,
I just want to put this up on the screen to let everyone know the majesty of this game and how I am so utterly shocked right now that fucking Toaster did not play this on launch. Like, I was really head over heels for this game, dude. And everybody, there were so many people, not just about the whole, oh, well, she's a female. That's the female's the main character. A lot of people that I saw that were Star Wars fans and that were just game like big game nerds, they had issues with the game because it wasn't exactly what they expected. We came off of a high from Star Wars, the Fallen Order, and Jedi Survivor and all that, and we really came off of a high with that game. And this was just a very different style game. And I feel like
this game, it's a roll of the dice, really, because everybody wants that Jedi experience. Yeah. And if you're not going to get the Jedi experience, then everybody wants like the Battlefront. Or, Jesus, somebody brings back Dark Forces. Holy shit. I'm surprised. I am actually flabbergasted. That is the word today, ladies and gentlemen. Flabbergasted that nobody has figured out to go to Disney and be like, hey, you want to make a lot of money on a video game right now? And Disney will be like, They'll be like, let's release Dark Forces as a remaster or a remake. And Disney will be like, okay. And then, no.
Well,
so much money would be made.
You know, there's so many games in that catalog of great Star Wars games that have come out before in the past that we really, I mean, honestly, they would just be bangers. You know, like,
What?
I mean, look at what Star Wars Racing that was announced.
Oh
What did
yeah,
you see
Star
in
Wars the pod
like?
racers again.
Yeah,
I'm picking that up 100%.
yeah, I'm gonna play
And
it,
I hate
but
the prequels,
I
but I'm
hate.
totally picking that game up.
I'm gonna play it, but my thing is, I hate that they didn't just make another pod racing game. You know, and at the end of the trailer, you hear the pod racer going. I'm like, okay, cool, but just make another pod racing game. You know, why not just do? I don't know, fucking remaster the original one or something. Like, however you want to do it. But Outlaws was just something special for me, and I actually have been playing this recently. To kind of caveat into what I've been playing, but it's like it's weird. It is weird because there's a lot to do in the game, and the maps are somewhat pretty expansive. And I feel the graphics, the graphical presentation is definitely there. There's a lot of times too that you know as well as I do, like we'll see I don't know, do you turn on the cinematic mode of the game? Have you tried that?
I don't know.
There's a cinematic mode to where it does it like 16:9 screen. And it kind of compresses it a little bit, but it looks more cinematic, like not just in the cutscenes, but even in the gameplay.
Okay.
I feel it kind of grabs me a little bit more. So you might try that to really kind of get you in. But I just really like the dynamic of this game.
My challenge now is like to see if I can get all of the factions all at like equal like.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like that is because I already like I had to go sneak into Pike territory to get like a component for my blaster.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I found a Crimson Dawn recording device on a table, and I walked over and I was like, "Hey, she's been listening to you." And so like my Pike is increased, and nobody from the Crimson Dawn saw me do it. So my Crimson Dawn reputation is staying the same.
Well, I will say this. It's not 1313. Okay. But
you know, I think a lot of people too, like with a game like that, you'd almost expect the main character to be Han.
Yeah.
Or something like that. And, you know, I mean, but it's a roll of the dice for like, you know, Ubisoft, because you're making a game about outlaws and you're not using the, you know, there's no reference as far as I know to Han. You know, there's no, she's her own complete character and there's her own complete story. And I think there are too many people that are just like everything has to be connected to the Skywalker somehow or to the main movies. And if it's not, then it's not a good game.
That's really the truth, bro, because really think about like how long the I know we're going off on a little bit of a tangent here, but like how long the Skywalker saga stretched out, you know, not just in the theater, not just at home on home video or on video game platform or on comic book platform or on hardback platform. I mean, dude, there's so many different side stories and unravels and all this different stuff about the Skywalkers on a constant basis in this massive galaxy.
I want to see that family's therapy bill.
Man, it's got to be bad, bro.
Like the mental health benefits alone for that family must be like outrageous.
Right? Completely skyrocketed.
Well, no, that's like, you know, really quick. Like the season finale of season 1 of The Mandalorian. Spoilers. And at this point, if these are spoilers, I'm sorry you haven't. You should watch that. It's been out for a while.
What was it?
Mandalorian.
Oh yeah.
When Luke shows up to rescue you, like I had to say, like I have never been happy and annoyed at the same time. I was like, "That's awesome," but why the fuck is it Luke?
I kind of had the same thought that, like, it was at first, like whenever I saw it, the initial reaction, I couldn't help but jump up and be like, "Holy fuck, that's Luke!" You know, and then, you know, it was cool seeing Luke do the stuff that he did because we hadn't really seen Luke in that capacity outside of the old films, to where he was like going through and just being a badass and destroying everything in his wake. You know, we hadn't seen him like that. But at the same time, I thought the same thing. I was like, but wait a second. Like, why wouldn't it be someone else? Why wouldn't it be Ahsoka? Or why wouldn't it be... it was confusing. But yeah. I agree that there's a lot of times that they just wrap everything around the Skywalkers. I mean, look at the very last Star Wars film that came out. The closeout of the trilogy, you know. I mean, after watching the closeout of the new trilogy, I was like, okay, you know, I get it. There was a little bit of problems in creating this, and they're trying to clip it and get it done, and they wanted to make it as epic as possible, whatever. But then seeing that script come out from the original writer of the movie and how different the film would have been, and then seeing those concept arts come out of how like Ben never went back to the light, you know, until I think it was at the very end of the movie that, you know, he makes a split decision or some shit. Or and I think she embraces being a Palpatine or something like that. And there was all kinds of just completely different aspects of the movie, you know, and hearing that the second movie was supposed to be mainly based around Leia. And I think it followed into the end of it, you know, it definitely makes you think how different things could be. So seeing stuff about the new Rey movie, which they're ramping stuff like that up. Somebody asked the actress about it the other day, and she was like, you know, I'm excited to continue the story of Rey. And I think she's a really talented actress. I just hope it's not the same type of shit we've already seen, you know.
Somehow, but Palpatine has returned.
Again, he's back. And this time he has a Muppet version of Darth Maul. Well, he wouldn't have legs, so it would be pretty accurate.
No, he would just start with bionic legs, man.
Yeah. But anyway,
he's just a straight force. He's just torso coming at you with lightsaber.
Right. Yeah, the Emperor's right there behind him. He's like, get him, Maul.
That's awful.
Come on, man. What are you doing? He cut your legs off this time. It's my hand. But anyways, so before we get into gaming news, we're going to talk about some of our favorite post-apocalyptic games. I've got a couple. I think Toaster has one that I think Toaster's got one that he's super excited to talk about. But the reason I wanted to talk about this is because, of course, we all know that Fallout is back, and it's looking better with each episode. I am loving the series so far, and of course, with that is always going to pop up, you know, tons of rumors. So supposedly on the day of the last episode, which I think is like February 4th, when the last episode drops, supposedly Fallout 3 is supposed to drop as a remake, as they did with Oblivion. Now this is just rumors.
Oh God, I hope they fix them. Man, everybody in Oblivion looks like they had Botox done.
They do.
Like everybody you run into looks like they are absolutely just completely just blown away, surprised that you walked in the door. They're like, "Hello," and you're like, "Hey,
what's going on?"
I was just here. I sold stuff to you like 30 minutes ago. I just had to go to the chest.
Hold up. What's happening?
Why would it be Fallout 3 though? Wouldn't you think they would do Vegas?
It's supposedly they've had it planned that Fallout 3 was going to come out first and then New Vegas, but I had saw a report originally that they had been talking about doing both of them. And what they're trying to do to crank out more games on a quicker basis is get some of these other third-party studios to start doing these remakes and remasters. We saw the really big success with Oblivion, that, you know, a lot of people were Very excited about it, and we're wanting to play it right whenever it came out. But speaking of just Fallout, Toaster, since we're talking about it, what is one of your favorite post-apocalyptic games to just delve into? Huh? Sleepy.
It's either Fallout 3 or 4.
Either Fallout 3 or 4. So, okay, question. Comparing the series like Fallout to other post-apocalyptic games out there that have been well established, like the Metro series, or of course from the original Fallout creators, the Wasteland series, what kind of holds you to grips of saying, well, I would rather play Fallout over games like Metro or Dying Light or whatever?
I'm a Bethesda fanboy.
I just wanted to get you on camera so I can get you to say it finally. No, I'm kidding.
No, it's true. Like, I never played, I had friends that played the original Fallout by Interplay, and, I enjoyed watching them play that, but it was like, I don't know. I think it was something, like, I played other Bethesda games like Daggerfall, Morrowind, but for some reason it was like Oblivion came out and then Fallout 3 came out, or they came out in the same generation, and it was just, for some reason, those two specific Bethesda games, like, really, I just got hooked on them. Like, I remember, like, just roaming the Washington DC area with Lincoln's repeating rifle and just, that was the best gun in that game. I loved that gun. It was so good in that game. The story was great, and and it was the same thing with 4, because Skyrim and 4.
Yeah,
like Oblivion and Skyrim were like the first two Elder Scrolls games that I really dug. Like, I played. Like, the other ones I did, in passing, but those were the first two that really caught my attention. And the same thing with the Fallout. And I'm not normally, like, I'm not a big apocalyptic guy. Like, I'm a shoot aliens. I like the gothic horror stuff, like the Castlevania series and stuff like that, and I like RPGs. So, like, but I like more usually the fantastical, the fantasy stuff. So,
yeah,
it was unusual that I really enjoyed Fallout.
Well, I would probably say the same in that sense, I guess, because I'm not going to lie, I had played, obviously, Fallout before you and me knew each other, but your ideology on things kind of changed me over the years and helped me kind of open my eyes to, like, different types of video games. That's kind of how it was with Bolts as well, because I wasn't really a big anime fan outside of just Dragon Ball Z until I got to know Bolts, and I was like, oh, there is more stuff out there.
Well, that's because you had to watch Dragon Ball Z nonstop, because if you missed an episode, then, like, you come back and be like, wait, what happened to the pink guy? Who's this purple dude with 16 heads? And why did he just kick the shit out of... Who's that? What the hell did I miss in 30 minutes?
Shut the fuck up.
Seriously, dude.
It's pretty crazy, but...
You missed like 2 episodes of Dragon Ball Z and you're done. You might as well just start all over again.
No, that's like saying... Well, I guess it would be somewhat of the same thing. I was going to say, it's like missing one season of World of Warcraft and you're just like, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm like, that actually is kind of how it works.
Oh, now they have catch up. Like,
now they have catch up. Now they have catch up. Whenever I went out and I was like, you know what? I remember working at GameStop, and I think I had called you that day, and I was like, bro, I got 4 different versions of World of Warcraft, and I got all the collector's editions and stuff, and I got each one of them for like $25. And you were like, oh, that's awesome. We could start playing World of Warcraft. And I think I played it for like a week. maybe, and then I just lost interest. I was like, okay. I don't know why.
I'm trying to think if there's any other post-apocalyptic games that I've played.
I'm giving you a chance. I'm doing a tweet out letting people know that we're live. So, and I don't even know how much longer I even want to do tweet outs, honestly. That's another conversation.
Yeah, no.
Nothing else?
All I think I played is like the Fallout stuff.
Wow. Okay, so I will say for me, one game that was another game. Of course, Fallout 4 was a fantastic game. It was a great post-apocalyptic adventure. It was really fun. And Fallout 3, Fallout New Vegas, everything was great. But I'll tell you one that really kind of shocked me whenever I first started playing it, and that was Metro Exodus. So the Metro series is really great, but when Metro Exodus came out and it had all the updates that it had to it and stuff, I remember one day thinking, well, I played through it, but let me get back into the game a little bit. I mean, this is a doom and gloom post-apocalyptic game. And I know it's not post-apocalyptic in the sense of like comparing it to something that is of the scale of Fallout, but it's still pretty massive. It's still a pretty amazing and beautiful experience. And if you really want somewhat of a different type of post-apocalyptic game, if you haven't had a chance to play this game, it is optimized for Xbox and for PlayStation 5 now. So I definitely make sure if you get a chance, check it out. And then, of course, last but not least, I know I'm a goof for sharing this because it is a somewhat of just a zombie kind of survival game. But Dying Light the Beast, the Dying Light series, it's post-apocalyptic to the T in that sense, that not only do we get crazy, wild zombies and different variants of zombies, but we get a badass character that comes back in Dying Light the Beast, Kyle Crane, one of my favorite characters in video games in general. And Dying Light the Beast really offers something special. Like there's more of a kind of doom and gloom feel this time around with this game. The visuals are just unbelievably stunning. And I'm telling you, when you get chased by some of those Omegas in that game, when I say your heart is pumping, especially at nighttime, dude, like it's darker than ever. Like you literally, I have to get up on the screen like this so I can see what the hell is happening. Because the more light you turn on, the more you attract. As time goes on, the like, especially if you're getting getting chased or something like that, the chase gets more intensified. Then you have to face off against these massive characters like you're seeing on the screen now, or even some of the newest zombies that they've continuously updated into this game and put massive amounts of care and love into it. So definitely make sure to check it out. It's one of my favorite post-apocalyptic games of all time to play. But Happy New Year, Fusion. Happy New Year. Everything is great, and we're glad to be back podcasting for you guys. So first up in the gaming mill, we're going to talk about new open world game that is bigger than Red Dead Redemption 2 and twice the size of Skyrim. And I wonder what game that could be. That little bitty game is called Crimson Desert. And Crimson Desert is a massive open world game. We had the amazing opportunity of checking this game out at Summer Games Fest this past summer. Pearl Abyss is the developer, and my good friend Will Powers, who is the PR director for Pearl Abyss, set me up to check this game out. And I'm telling you guys, this statement is 100%. The game is utterly massive. So this is an interview that was done from Game Rant. You could definitely make sure to check it out. And I will share this real quick so you all can see it and we give them credit. But this is the interview. Josh Kotz actually did this, so shout out to him. But of course, shout out to my good friend Will Powers for being amazing. The game doesn't launch until March 19th of 2026. But the big thing about this game is that the game is built in the studio's Black Space engine. In the game, players take on the role of Merchant Cliff as he navigates political conflict, battles mythical creatures, and ultimately forges his own path through quest, exploration, and combo-centric combat. So originally this game, as it says here, was part of the Black Desert Online system, but this game is an open world game. And it says here, Skyrim's playable map is wildly estimated around 37 square kilometers, which is approximately 14.3 square miles. This measurement comes from a calculation using the game's cell grid. And then it says that the Red Dead Redemption open world map is about 29 square miles, which is pretty large. But they're saying that this game is supposed to be more massive than that. And I will tell you from hands-on experience that it really is a massive game. It's very large. The gameplay and combat overall are really crazy. Toaster is, have you seen anything about Crimson Desert? Are you interested in this game?
I mean, reading that article, I'm a little bit worried though, because I don't know, like,
it's okay to be worried.
Some of these games sound like way too good to be true. Like, the last Epoch I was pretty excited about, but that seems to be more like, is this the last Epoch? I don't want to make a shout out to the wrong.
How dare you?
I know, right? Scrolling through my list.
Well, just so you can see, this is the game, and this is straight gameplay from it. And I really do mean that the game is honestly this massive. There was sometimes we got to play a little section that I can't remember if I can go into detail about. Honestly, I think it is way far past, and I can talk about it. But just to be safe, there was a big section that this battle happened, and the traversal in the game is utterly amazing, dude. Like, you cannot just run on your legs or use your horse. You can use this type of magic skill that will, you'll be able to fly halfway across the map if you aim your character properly. But it really is this beautiful of a game. One of the best things that I will say that me and Will talked about was like the customization in the game of how you can customize your character however you see fit, however you like it. You can mix and match it. But there's some really... Go ahead.
Lost Ark was the game.
Oh, Lost Ark. Yeah.
Yeah.
Got to lurk. Got to get some work done. Be right back when I can. No problem, Fusion. But I can understand what you're saying, because Lost Ark, of course, I was the same way. I was excited about Lost Ark, but I'm telling you,
did he just pole vault up over that fence?
He did. Yes, he did. Look at this right here. That's the traversal. Oh my God, bro! I'm telling you, it was a game changer. There's a lot of magic and a lot of really cool stuff. And
I feel like studios making a game like this would really do themselves a service to like offer a demo.
Listen, the game doesn't come out until March, so yeah. Just saying. There's, just be mindful. There could be something, you never know. But I really enjoyed my time with it. I got to play it for like an hour, and it was really, really nice. Now, I will say there are times that you run into some of these enemies, and some of those bosses that you're going to end up facing off against are really crazy. Like, they're very hard, expansive bosses.
Dark Souls.
Yeah, I actually told them, I was like, it's almost like Dark Souls plus Skyrim plus Breath of the Wild, like, or Tears of the Kingdom. Like it felt like a big, massive merger of that, but like in the most respectful way. It really did feel, the game felt really great. So I definitely think you guys need to watch out for that. And check back soon. I'm going to hit up Mr. Powers and see if we can get him on the podcast so we can talk more about this game closer or after release. But speaking of a massive open world game, Avowed, Xbox first-person fantasy RPG, is finally coming to PlayStation. So, Toaster, what do you think about this? I mean, is this good news for PlayStation fans?
Xbox is just giving up. They're like, console war? What console war?
Well, they're talking about this new Xbox that's coming out that supposedly is supposed to be this, I mean, just unbelievably massive, super console. From what reports are saying, and
I think this is great for PlayStation fans because I mean, Avowed's a fun game. I need to go back and replay it because I was a bit flippant in some of my answers.
Were you?
Oh yeah, no, I was, because I didn't know what was going on, so I was like a smartass, and then I would say other stuff, and then, but yeah, I enjoyed my time with it. I just think that my ending is going to be really messed up because like I said, I haven't really chosen a path with my answers. I will admit that it was very satisfying to kill a certain faction of people in this game.
Okay.
When you finally got the opportunity, the like anti-paladin lady or whatever her name is, I can't remember. Yeah, I was like, the first time I met her, I was like, oh, I'm gonna fight you later at some point.
So let me ask you this: did it feel like Obsidian's version of an Elder Scrolls game, or did it feel like something new and fresh?
It felt like something new and fresh. Yeah. It really did. I mean, saying something is like Skyrim is pretty easy to do when it's a first-person game like this in a fantasy world. Mm-hmm. I think the story does a great job of setting itself apart, whereas like, you feel like in this game you're in a fantasy novel. You're like in a Dragonlance type, or like David Eddings, for some people with the some of his books. It's got a very Dungeons and Dragons feel to it, where Skyrim is like Game of Thrones feeling, if you will. And I always make the joke, but it's true. Like, somebody at Bethesda needs to introduce that staff to these things we call colors. Like, seriously, breathe more life into your worlds, Bethesda. Like, gray tone is not color.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and I think, I mean, it's got the same mechanics, but I think they're completely two different types of stories, and that's what makes that one fun. Just Garrus will not shut his damn mouth the entire game. God, Utah, go calibrate something.
Well, I'm excited to play Avowed. I've been waiting to play it for a bit, and I think that I think I'll probably enjoy it as much as I would, Outer Worlds. I know it's not. It may not be as have those type of quims and comedic aspects like Outer Worlds does, but I've heard good moments. There's moments, yeah. I've heard good things about it.
You could be a complete smartass.
Like, it'll actually give you prompts to just be a smartass the whole game.
Yeah,
I'm probably
I remember right. That. I know. I'm loving the Outer Worlds too, though, because like my wife started playing it and we were talking about backgrounds, and I was like, "What do you think I picked?" And she was like, "Roustabout and Lucky." I was like, "Yeah." So, dude, the Roustabout responses in the Outer World too are pretty much like, I don't know. I just wanted a candy bar.
Well, I'm gonna have to. I'm sure whenever I delve into it, a little bit more, then I'll be able to. I don't know. I'll try. There was people out and about that weren't really saying the nicest things about Avowed, but I feel like a lot of them that were saying that were people that were PlayStation fans or non-Xbox fans
I just
or
think
whatever.
Everybody hates on everything now because
I
it's
agree.
clicks.
Yes.
Like if
I
you
so
don't
agree.
have to like a game because somebody else told you that the game, like if you don't like a game, you don't like a game. But don't
Yeah.
take that away from I mean, there's somebody out there that liked ET, for Christ's sakes. So I mean, just
Like DT what?
the video game, the Atari game,
Oh.
buried in a dumpster.
I thought
In
you.
a
I thought you
landfill.
meant like E.T. the movie. I'm like, you don't like E.T. the movie?
No, I was making a super 80s
I got you.
video game before your time.
Before my time. Listen to me, young man. Pretty sure we're not that far away in age. Let me see. 1 second, and then we're gonna move on. I'm trying to find this news topic. Well, whatever. And then we got January Xbox Developer Direct will feature Forza 6, Fable, and Game Freak's Beast of Reincarnation, which is a Souls-like game. But Toaster, my main thing is I want to see Fable. I'm sure you're right there with me. I want to see Fable. There was pre-alpha footage that was released of Fable, and supposedly they went back to the drawing board, and now they're still making it comedic, but at the same time, it's going to be like a mix between it and like what the original series was. And I don't know, but I don't care. Honestly, I want to see more Fable. I mean, Forza Horizon 6 is going to be Forza Horizon 6. It's going to be another like everyone, every influencer out there, every big name person, every person that talks about video games that loves Xbox is going to say Forza Horizon 6 is the best racing game that we've ever seen. Like the graphics are amazing. You can actually now through the Xbox controller smell the tires as you're burning rubber. I'm like, get it. Okay, we get it. Like it's
And that's
good.
exactly how they're going to say it. Forza 6 is the most amazing game we've ever seen. Did you know that when the tires squeal, you can smell it?
You can smell it on the Xbox controller.
You can even smell the sweat in the neckband.
Now we're
the
kind of
driver
getting
is
in.
using.
Now we're kind of getting into those weird PlayStation commercials type shit. I was like, did you know that the
Forza
PlayStation
6.
3 is powered by the same chip that powered a missile? I'm like, okay. I remember I used to be so. I remember watching that. Hold up, I gotta pull that shit up. I remember watching that shit and being like, oh my god,
I got that
broadband processor.
because it's a processor that powered a missile. No wonder the PlayStation 3 cost $600 damn dollars.
Yeah.
Microsoft was over there going, our 360 isn't a missile chip, but you can get it for $200, and we'll give you Halo.
Well, I mean, at least at that time we didn't have the RAM issues that we're having now.
Speaking of Halo, Red vs. Blue in its entirety is on Amazon Prime right now.
I guess I'm gonna be watching that because I have missed Red versus Blue so much.
Why are we
Okay,
here?
wait a second.
That's like one of life's greatest questions, man. Why are we here?
Why
It's
are we
also
here?
a practical joke. Well, no, I mean, why are we here?
Why
As far
are
as I
we?
can tell, we're in the middle of a box canyon. The only reason we have a base here is because the blue guys have a base over there. And the only reason the blue guys have a base over there is because we have a base over here.
So why are we here?
So why are we here?
All right,
Oh.
watch this shit, bro.
Meet the Cell broadband engine. It's the digital soul of the PlayStation 3. And though it may look like an ordinary microchip,
It is not.
It is the future.
Whatever
It
the
all comes down to processing power. The faster you think, the more things
I
you can
thought
think
this
about.
was. Listen to me,
And that-
Toaster. I thought this was like I was like, this is the fucking future of gaming, bro.
Yeah, now
This is the future game. And look, this is the game that they showcased.
It doesn't take much to stir things up. As we tumble along the wind currents, we might find ourselves at the center of a vicious dogfight, as chaotic and unpredictable as the real thing. And the cell controls it all. Not just one, but an entire fleet of enemies, each responding in real time.
Now,
to the
mind
environment. Every breeze, every bullet.
When Warhawk first came out, like on PS3, everybody was like, this is great. I remember having such fun playing the multiplayer of Warhawk. But like they pumped the cell broadband processor up so fucking much, bro. They were like, PlayStation 3 is going to do things we've never seen before. Now, mind you, they really tipped the scales in the console battle because what did we see? We saw Xbox really kind of move into conformity, and they were like, okay, well, if y'all are going to have Blu-ray, then we're going to have HD DVD. And Blu-ray kicked the shit out of HD DVD. We never saw it again. And it was that kind of turning point to where everybody's like, okay, well, this is good technology for the entirety of the games industry. So I don't really know. I know that's kind of a weird way to wrap back around to something we were talking about earlier, but I really don't know how, like, where we can go with this, like the future of gaming. You know, like, I mean, are we going to just get to that point to where it's just, you know, different kind of versions of PCs? But the reason people like I do the gaming that I do on consoles is because the comfortability. You know what I'm saying? Like, we know at least for 6 years I'm going to be able to play these games on this console, or 5 years.
It's that joke that I make all the time. I play my console to console me.
Yeah.
You know, like it's there's something to be said about just hitting a power button and laying on your couch with a controller in your hand, you know, playing through something that you didn't have to, like,
yeah,
you know, you'd have to open a lid on your laptop, or like, I mean, you can do it with but there's just some, for those of us that grew up console gaming, you know, like before PCs were really affordable for a lot of American households, it was those of us that we had Nintendos, we had Segas, you know. And some of us just never lost the feel for that. You know, some families, their kids were lucky enough to have decent gaming PCs, and they did the PC thing. You know, some families got the console. And I'm grateful I have it, because I mean, I don't know, it's just nice to lay on my couch. And I think the Steam box, or whatever the hell they're going to call it, the Steam machine, the Steam Soul.
Yeah. Is really going to fix a lot of that. Yeah.
Steam.
The steamy box.
The steamy box. No. I
they
think
should just call it the toaster. It looks like a little toaster. Your face on it.
But like, I think that's gonna be the
what's going to bridge the gap.
What's going to bridge the gap, because that, you know, you're going to have an easier and more accessible thing for somebody to play video games on, that's using a PC base with the Steam marketplace and stuff. And you know, the fact that you can just plug that into a TV, hit power on the controller or on the console, and then just directly sign into an interface and launch games, versus having to deal with signing into Windows and all that jazz. I mean, for me, like, honestly, the day they released World of Warcraft with like full native controller support, I keep telling my guildmates, I'll have every achievement in the world. Like, really, WoW was the one thing that I like played on PC. That's the whole reason I started gaming on PC, is because of World of Warcraft. And I mean, the games I play now are absolutely gorgeous with, you know, the technology nowadays. But you know, even still, when I'm, you know, playing Cyberpunk and getting 115 frames a second at ultra settings, you know, it's still, there's something to be said about just laying on my couch and playing it on my TV.
Yeah, I agree 100%. And I'll tell you one thing that I do want to play on my couch, laid back, chillaxing, trying to have just a chill time, is, of course, Wolfenstein. And that's moving into our last topic of the night. Wolfenstein 3 is reportedly real, and a reveal is incoming very soon.
You know what they need to reportedly make real and reveal?
What?
Better camera controls.
Hey, shut your mouth.
No.
It's very fast-paced. It's a fast-paced game, bro.
It's not a fast-paced game.
Get used to it.
I shouldn't flick my control. Like, I shouldn't go to turn around and have him do a complete 180.
I agree. They do need to work on that. But also, I will say,
needs to, just Bungie. All right, this is how you make your money back. Rent your first-person shooter camera folk. That team, rent them out to.
Why'd you say Bungie?
Because of Destiny. Destiny 2 has and you can internet fight me in the parking lot. That's going to be the new catchphrase. You can internet fight me in the parking lot. Destiny 2's camera control is the best camera control in any first-person shooter I have ever played. Hands down.
I'm not arguing that fact. I'm not arguing
and
that.
Think
I mean, I can
understand
that.
Wolfenstein should go to dinner with them and be like, hey.
I'm just stating that I feel that the reason you might have had issues with the camera control for Wolfenstein is that, you're just getting old, bro. I'm kidding. No, I'm so kidding, bro.
Oh, no, dude. I tried to play the new Ninja Gaiden. I could not keep up with that Sonic the Hedgehog, dude. When he started running, I was
like, scene that's on there right now. God. Well, my thing is this. I loved the New Order, and I loved the new Colossus. Of course, with the new Colossus, it is an alternate universe to where the Nazis won the war. You know how that's what the new Wolfenstein is about. But this is when they bleed into America, and he's got to go take him out. Now, one thing I will say in the new series that did kind of, not just rub me the wrong way, but rub fans the wrong way is Youngbloods. And it was about his two twin daughters, and it just didn't feel the same. But that is the news for tonight, and that is our show for tonight. We're glad to be back. I hope you guys like the new logo. We were going to have over the coming months, we're going to crank out more podcasts than we have ever cranked out before. There'll be some episodes that might just be me. It might just be Toaster. It may be Toaster and someone else. It may be me and somebody else. But whoever is going to be here, podcasting it up on the Second Opinion Podcast, we're going to be doing it live, proud, and excited to really be pushing the podcast like we haven't done in a good couple of years. Thank you guys so much for all this love and support. Make sure to check us out at cinelinks.com for some of the latest and greatest geek news, movie news, and gaming news. And of course, we are here with myself and Toaster McGee, the Cinelinks resident special correspondent. I was going to say coordinator, but that's technically the truth too. It's coordinating me and getting me back into the driving seat of getting this podcast going again. So I love you guys so much. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll talk to you soon.